Hi everyone, it's Leslie. Welcome back to my cross stitch channel. Well, 2 weeks have gone by and it's high time for me to show you what I've been cross stitching for the last 2 weeks. I'm going to be showing you what I cross stitched, and I'm going to be opening a new cross stitch kit and starting to cross stitch it. And also in this video, I'm going to be including a couple of short videos, like a short video about my trip to the Museum of Public Transport of Stockholm, Sweden. So this is going to be interesting, so stay tuned. Today is the 20th of February 2023 and I'm starting a new project, cross stitch project. And this is an experiment because I have never worked with kits like this before. I want to see what it's like to work with a kit like this. And what I've chosen is a kit by Riolis. This is beautiful lilies. And this is 15 by 19 inches, and there's a catch. These are this is cross-stitched with acrylic woolen, and I don't think it's real wool, I think it's just synthetic fibers, acrylic floss. And the count here, let's read together. Just a second. This is, it has color chart, 10th count, white Zweigart 8 of fabric, wool, acrylic threads, 23 colors, organizer card, and needle. So this is 10th count 8 of fabric. I've never worked with a 8 of fabric that big, and I've never worked with this kind of type of floss before. By the way, I have a kit like this, and if everything goes well, I would probably buy this kit as well, because it's like a series of flowers which are cross-stitched in wool acrylic floss. But there's a catch. I have heard from some other YouTube bloggers that when they cross-stitch with this type of acrylic floss, they get an allergic reaction to the small microscopic fibers that come off from this acrylic floss, and their face starts to itch, they start to sneeze, their eyes, the nose itches, and I want to know if I am going to get a reaction like that, allergic reaction. So this is like a test, see how I'm going to react if I get an allergic reaction or not. If I don't, then I'm probably going to buy this kit as well, because I really like it. This is a very big kit. It's very large and heavy. So I'm going to open it right now and see what's inside. So stay tuned. So let's see what's inside. First is the preview here. Beautiful lilies. Then you have some kind of instruction about wool. This is the wool threads I used and produced in Italy. You can pause this if you're interested in reading it. You can pause it. And here as well. Next we have an instruction. This is French, Spanish, Italian, Russian, English, and German. Here is the beautiful chart, and it's in color with symbols. And if you see here, I'm gonna have to cross stitch using 3 strands of floss, and there are a lot of blends, Like here's a 3 different types of colors that you have to blend. Here's 2, here's 3. Here is the fabric. This is, so I got 8 of fabric, 10th count. It's big. And here is the needle. And the needle itself is larger than what I usually use. And here are the beautiful floss. Now let's see, 23 colors. There's a lot of white, yellow, not so much yellow. Put it here, maybe. Let me just move it so you can see all of the beautiful colors. Here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 7.5 because this is not completely covered. I see directly that if I take this one here, for example, and I show it here, do you see all these microfibers? And this is what I was talking about, that maybe when you get an allergic reaction, you start to itch and sneeze because of these microfibers here. So this is interesting. Well, I'm gonna go and start cross stitching. Wish me luck, and I'll update you on what's going on and how I'm reacting to this kit or these threads, floss. Okay, so the first cross-stitch kit that I've been working on for the past 2 weeks was this cross-stitch kit by Design Works. These beautiful, colorful giraffes. This is 10 by 12 inches, 14 count 8 of fabric, and cotton floss. And before I show you what I've been cross-stitching, I want to show you a picture of what this cross-stitch project looked like. Last time I showed it to you. So here's the picture. And this is what it looks like right now. So, what have I been cross-stitching? In my last video, I said that probably I would continue cross-stitching here. This is the neck of the first giraffe. But I thought now I want to start the next giraffe. So I started the neck here. And this is the part that I'm done with. Not so much, but it's still my progress. And I mean, I like the kit. It's so easy, it's so fun, it's so colorful, very easy. But I think that the colors on the preview, they don't match the colors that are in the kit. And if you see here, for example, as I said last time, this doesn't look the same as this one. And if you look here, the pink here is more rusty, whereas the pink here is more bright. And here it's more like of a darker blue, and here's more of a lighter blue. And for example, here on the gray here is very dark, whereas the gray here is very light. so the preview doesn't always match the floss that is in the kit. And one of my subscribers wrote to me and said that Designworks, they use the MC floss for the preview. So when they stitch the preview, they use the MC floss, but they don't include the MC floss in the kit. But they do provide the numbers of the MC floss that was used for the preview. And that's why it's not always the same. But I still like it. I think that the pink here is also very beautiful. Maybe it's not the same, but I still enjoy cross stitching this kit. And probably gonna continue cross stitching the neck of the first giraffe here. And then probably cross stitching the neck of the second giraffe. And then I'll go back to the head, cross stitch the head of the little giraffe, and then cross stitch the head of the big giraffe. I think so now, but I might change my opinion, and we'll see what happens. But I do like it. I do recommend it. It's fun and playful. So moving on, the next kit that I've been working on, and this is I'm not gonna show you. Well, actually I will. Wait. Here's the kit that I've been working on. This is by Riolis. This is 15 by 15 inches or 40 by 40 centimeters. The Era of the Dinosaurs. I got this on 123stitch.com. Very colorful, very almost psychedelic-like colors. I love them. And this is cross stitched with cotton floss, ankle cotton floss. And before I show you what I've cross stitched, I'm going to show you a picture of what this cross stitch kit project looked like last time I showed it to you. So here's the picture. And this is what it looks like right now. What have I cross stitched here? I cross stitched this piece here. It looks like stones, some kind of stones here. This is the part here. I cross stitched it. Then I also started cross stitching around the fern and around the leaves here. And I cross stitched this part here. This here's on the preview, it looks like here. I haven't started cross stitching the paws of the dinosaur, but I probably will start cross stitching them, or I will probably move on and cross stitch this part here. So I have I want to cross stitch from one side to the other side and see how much room I have. But this is a bit more complicated than, for example, the giraffes. Giraffes are much more easier to cross stitch. This is a bit more complicated. There are more colors, more shades, and some of the colors you have to cross stitch with 2 strands, and some of the colors with 3 strands of floss. The ones that are darker, like the blue here, it's cross stitched with 3 strands, and some of the green, the darker green as well. But the lighter colors are cross stitched with 2 strands. I can show you a bit closer so you see what it looks like. Now this is a big piece. I'm going to be cross stitching it for a long time, but I do like it. It is also fun, but it's not a kit for a beginner. This is more for a beginner. This is more easier, but this kit is more complicated. It doesn't have a lot of back stitching. I haven't done back stitching on the dragonfly yet. I'll probably have to cross stitch around it a little bit before I can make the back stitching. But that was it, and I recommend it. If you like cross stitching with bright, colorful floss, this is for you. Next project. This is a kit by Heritage Crafts. This is Karen Carter collection. I love her collection of flowers and I love her collection of birds. I don't remember what the name of the bird is. Seagulls. Seagulls. She has a really cool, playful collection of seagulls and flowers. This is called Country Village, and this is cross stitch on 14 count Ada fabric with DMC floss. It's not very big. I think this is, I don't know what it is. How much is, as this is 8 by 8 inches or 20.5 or by 20.5 centimeters. So it's not that big. And I'm actually planning to buy more kits from this designer. I'll show you a little bit closer. Here, she has some of her other kits, and I'm planning on buying this one. I think this one is very nice. This I am not so keen on. I think this is more darker colors, and whereas this is more bright. And I know she has other kits with flowers, and I want to buy her kits where she has more flowers like poppies, more brighter colored, and maybe some of her kits with the seagulls. We'll see. Before I show you what I cross stitch, I'm gonna show you a picture of what this cross stitch project looked like last time I showed it to you. So here's the picture. And this is what I've cross stitched. Not so much. I think that this one is even more complicated than the dinosaurs. Here you have to change floss. Maybe not as complicated. Maybe not as more complicated, but as much complicated as the dinosaur. Because you have to change floss very many times. And the leaves here, they have a lot of different shades of like green. And then you have to change every time, and has a blend here. This is a blend of two different colors, light green and light yellow. And what I cross stitched this flower here, this green area here, these leaves here, the flower, this flower bud, and this field here, which is here, this field here, these leaves, and this part here. I am probably going to cross stitch this flower, which is going to be here, and I want to cross stitch this flower, which is going to be somewhere here. So I want to cross stitch to the end here, so I can see how much room this project's gonna take. It feels like I took too much here, whereas here it's gonna be a little bit shorter, the distance between the project and here, the edge. We'll see. I am a bit worried. I don't want it to be too short on this side and too big on this side. And I have not done the back stitching, and I'm thinking of waiting for the back stitching. I have an idea that I want to cross stitch the whole project, and then when I'm done with the whole project, I'm gonna do the back stitching. So it's gonna be cool to compare what it looks like with and without the back stitching, and I hope they'll be interesting for you to see as well. And the last cross stitch kit that I've been cross stitching. Let me just put this away. Okay, let me just. This is a kit by Riolis. This is cross stitched with wool or acrylic, sort of like yarn type of floss, but I think that yarn is heavier, is more thicker, whereas the floss here, acrylic floss, is more lighter, not as thick. This is 15 by 19 inches lilies, and this is what I've cross stitched here. This is cross stitched on 10th count Ada fabric, not 14th but 10th, number 10, and It's quite big, large. I've never cross-stitched on either like this before. And I've been only cross-stitching this for 2 days, and I feel like this is not for me. Yarn, acrylic, wool is just not my thing. I am not allergic to the fibers, even though I have a good lamp, a very, very strong lamp. But I see that the tiny microfibers, they just fly around when I move the acrylic floss through this fabric. I don't like it. I think that the crosses, even though they are kind of like more puffier than the cotton floss, they have like a more of a 3D effect. But I just don't like it. It's just not for me. And I think that the crosses here, let me show you, they're not so even. They don't look the same. It's like they're all over the place. And it's like, it's almost no color here that is like a plain color. You have to have blends. It's almost all of this kit is a blend of colors. You have to blend colors all the time. And sometimes you even have to use like 3 different strands, 3 different colors, and a blend. And that's why I think that I'm not a professional. Maybe that's why my crosses are so bad. They're not even, they're not nice and tidy and neat. They're not like that. I'm thinking I'm not going to continue cross-stitching this. I'm probably going to have to take a break from this one. But I'm not giving up. Maybe someday I will start cross-stitching with yarn, wool, acrylic, floss again. But it's just not today. I have to take a break. And the worst thing is that, I'm just going to show you here. Wait a second. I have 2 more kits. This is the kit from this collection. The same collection of flowers. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But still, I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to take a break. And maybe someday I'll get inspired to cross stitch with wool and acrylic fabric. I still have one more kit that is cross stitched with acrylic fabric. Acrylic floss, I'm sorry. But this is 14 count. So the count is not as large. And I don't know if this is, but I think that this is probably cross-stitched using 2 strands. And maybe that will be easier. I don't know. I'm going to have to try someday. But probably not today. I do like this kit. I mean, I like the ladies drinking tea. But I don't know. If there's someone out there who has cross-stitched this kit and knows if it looks better, if it feels better to cross-stitch with 2 strands on a smaller count, let me know in the comment section. Okay, this was it for these 2 weeks. So let me know in the comment section, what cross-stitch kit do you like the most? Which one do you want me to continue cross-stitching? I hope you have a great day, have a great weekend. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe because there's lots more to come. And in 2 weeks, I'm gonna be publishing another video or an update on what I've been cross-stitching. So, have a great day. Bye-bye.